Welcome back again. I'm just going to share another quick update on the trades from earlier. Well, actually, sorry, not trades from earlier. I haven't actually done any other trades, but just looking at the chart again and adding a couple of other elements to it. But I thought it was quite interesting, so I thought I'd share it. So let's share screen one. There we go. Okay, so hopefully you can see this. So you may have noticed on the previous video, I had the high, lower, low indicator on, which was going through sort of some of the elements of, once price has broken a certain level for it to start coming down. I'd set that out as a target based on this point here. But then I added, after the video I did earlier, I thought, out of curiosity, I'm going to chuck on the old trend-based fib extension. So it's taking it from the high here down to the low here and then up to that point there. Now, I've seen other people use this in a slightly different way, in that they take it from the high to the low and then back up to the high again. So just curious as to where that will take us. Okay, so slightly above my target, but anyway, I'll go back to where it was. But in addition to that, so you can see on here the levels. So if you want to pause that, I'll move the cursor out of the way. If you want to pause the video and make a note of that, it's just the standard normal fib levels, the 0.236, the 0.382, 0.5, 0.618, 0.786, obviously the 0 and the 1, and then the extension of 1.618 and 2.272. And I was just curious to see that as price has obviously broken that my target, I'm not trading anymore today, so although I have been tempted, it came down and hit that level pretty much bang on. But in the previous video, as I said, I had the high, lower, low indicator on, and then I realized after looking at the chart earlier, I had this yellow dotted line on the chart from back here, which was the 5-minute order block on this level here. And I thought, that looks like it's about the same sort of level. So I just extended it across, and you can see that it's sort of hit it bang on that level there. So, another great confirmation, I suppose. But then I've also added the automatic harmonic pattern indicator, because I hadn't had that on for most of the day, and I've just seen that there was this pattern here, which is it's a hen star, which I've not come across previously, but that's arrived with the D point at the top there. So looking for price to come down from that point, and it has pretty much done as it said. There's a target 1 there which has been hit, so obviously that's a lot smaller, and target 2 is a little bit past these levels here. So again, I've got another level drawn out here, which was from an order block back here, which may have not been visible on the previous video. I can't remember. But again, that almost lines up with that area as well, so where prices come down to. So, so the trend-based fib extension, or some people just refer to it as a fib extension, is this tool here on my drawing toolbar, but you can also get to it from where you normally have, I think it starts off with a pitchfork if you're not familiar with it. So I think it has fib retracement. I think it's probably the initial icon that's there. And then if you go down the list there, you've got fib retracement and then trend-based fib extension. So I haven't used a pitchfork for quite a while now, so I might take that off my tool because I don't really toolbar because I don't really use it that much. So trend-based fib extension is just there. As I say, I've just taken it from the high down to the low and then up to that point there. And it may well be possible you could do it from there to there and up to there and see if that makes a difference. So there's 3 points that you have to draw first. So the high, the low, and then back up to this level here. And that has given us the, as you see, I've got the 1.618 marked in orange. And again, it's just one of the additional drawing tools that are on TradingView that I had just forgotten about. There's many different reasons, because there were certain things that I was doing trading wise before, and it just helps with giving you added confirmation, I suppose, that that's a target sort of area to aim for. And I said I based that on this level here, and I was also, as I've said in the previous video, very happy with what I had achieved for the day, with 10% account, well, just over 10% account growth. Excuse me. But then I thought I'll just do an addition to what I had posted earlier, just to show you the trend-based fib extension tool and how that could be of help as well. So I know the point that I got in was not quite that high. It was around that sort of area there. So got a fairly decent entry. Oh, hello, chandelier exit for a buy. That's on the 1 minute time frame. Just the alerts I've got set off on the 1 minute for the buys and sells. So yeah, pretty good entry at the top there. And if I just let it run, oh, sorry, that was the other thing that I was going to show you. I think I've mentioned this before, 35 pip lines. So I've put together this indicator here, which just gives the 35 pip. Where I'd put the 35 pip levels before, I had manually put horizontal lines. And then obviously when I was zooming in or zooming out, sometimes it was just really difficult to see what was happening with the chart because there was just so many lines in place. So now I have this indicator that I could just turn on and off. And again, another interesting element to the way the pound Australian dollar moves. So I'll just hide that for a moment, just so we can maybe see everything a little clearer. So there's that 35 pip level there, which is at 1.76150. And then drop it down 35 pips, drop it down 35 pips, drop it down 35 pips. So that 35 pip level was not far off my target. So again, going from, I think it was that point up there, wasn't it? So that would have been 70 pips, 35 and 35. But you can see now that it's actually come down to that 35 pip level. So that would have been 105 pips, even if you just gone from the 35 pip levels down. So that's another interesting, well, I think it's interesting. Also, you could see how the price has reacted to that 35 pip level there, and clearly I have not marked the target quite in line with that. I think I've just drawn that, or just added that by sight rather than actually. I should have put the magnet on and just connected it that way. So again, lots of interesting bits to add, but of course it makes it look really busy. And I've got these additional lines at the top here, trend lines, that trend line. In fact, I don't think I showed you that in detail in the previous video. So we've got this overall trend line. You see this one coming down here, which is, I'm not sure if this is going to go far enough back. I'm going to have to go onto the hour for that. So let's reset that. So that's from, no, it's not. That's from, we go way back here. So you can see that high up there, touch, nearly touch. touch. Yes, it's moved through that, but then carried on touching it there. And then from that point, I drew another trend line down, and then that's where those elements were from. So back to the 5 minute. So that's where that trend line is coming from here. It's from that high there, getting a touch there, didn't quite get one there, didn't quite get one there, and then obviously this movement has just gone past that trend line, and then reacted and come back down again. So I just thought I would share that with you. So overall trend is still downward, but obviously, you know, looking again at the hour, let's just that back up again. So overall, it was kind of downward from that area, but then we have also got this trend line coming up from the bottom here. So is it forming a wedge over time there? So yeah, let's just wait and see on that. So yeah, there we go. I just thought I'd share that. I thought it was quite interesting. It might not be interesting. It might be very dull and very boring to you. So again, to those 4 of you that do watch these videos, it might help. Okay, leave you guys to it. Have a great evening and probably see you tomorrow.